Hey people, so I'm sitting in the car park at the pool where I've just seen Andrew leaving, so I don't know what happened this morning. I don't even remember my alarms going off. I don't remember anything at all actually, except waking up, rolling over and thinking, I better check the time. I know I've got things on today. And I checked the time, and there's like a missed appointment or missed something flashing at me. And I'm like, oh my God, why is it talking about uni? And then I registered and I was like, holy fuck, it's 10:38 in the morning. And I'm supposed to have been at the pool by 10. Andrew gave me two choices, 10 and 10:30. I said 10 because I'd been getting up early during that time, right? Intuitively, my little voice said 10:30. As we're aware, today is 421 days of making videos in a row, and I've been trying to learn how to do that since my awakening for the last 7 odd years. And I'm so aware of it because obviously I make these videos. I do not watch them before I upload them. This is true. That keeps them authentic and helps me to learn. I do watch them, that is true, but I need to catch up sometimes. Last night I watched 8 of my videos in a row because the other ones I hadn't watched. I found it interesting because I've been trying to figure out if I'd explained my dream or not, because I might come across like someone who's like really doesn't care if people judge me or not, and 99.9% of me is that person. It took a very long time to get here, but I am that person. That 1% of me though, the 1%er, is not in agreement, and there are particular things that I struggle with, and I struggle with them not because I struggle with them per se, but because of how I know I must be perceived by others. So when I mention Mr. X, for example, or I say he's in my dreams, I never go into detail about what those dreams are because of this embarrassed feeling of I just look like a sad, pathetic loser. Those 3 words are really haunting me lately. I know that I'm not. Every single thing that I've been through since meeting that person till date, the good, the bad, and the in-between, has got me to where I'm at, right? And where I'm at, even though I was late and I haven't gone into the pool, and I'm more than likely not going into the pool since like 2 bus loads full of kids just got dropped off and the car park is full. And I have spoken to Andrew. He it's funny, it's the intuition thing, right? And I really became aware of this like hardcore back then when the time of my life that changed everything started, right? Anyway, multiple things happened today alone. I was like, I'm going to drive through the car park, see if I can find his car, praying that I will get there at least before he gets out. So if I could get into the pool beforehand, I'd get to at least, like, if he was still in the water while I was arriving, he would have stayed probably a bit longer. But instead of just parking immediately and going straight in, mind you as well, I got hit with severe ovulation pain on the way here, and I was like, fucking motherfucker. So I have my medication that I take everywhere with me and my little thing, but I need to sort it out because I was sitting in my car trying to find the right thing to take, and all of this extra time trying to drive around the car park, trying to take the meds, trying to sort bullshit out, added to me being later and later and later. And as I was literally walking to the front door, Andrew walked out. So very, very close amount of time. I'm glad I seen him though, because like I'm sitting in my car, very much having not gone in. I'm literally in the car park of the pool, and I said to him, like, it would make sense for me to go, wouldn't it? It would make a lot of sense for me to get in there. But I don't deal very well with large crowds, really loud. It's weird because festivals and concerts I'm great with, but like a pool area with screaming children, or even the fact that he said the hydro pool is really packed, none of that makes me want to go in there, right? I am tempted, I probably should actually do this. I really, really, really need to talk to these people about the physio, because I'm very unhappy about what I've paid for and received for it so far. But back to my catching up on myself. I really need to learn how to use this camera I've bought, anyway, so my dreams, the ones that cause me days like Sunday, and I can't say my dreams cause them, that's ridiculous. I take that back. Nothing's ridiculous, I've decided anymore. Oh my god, this woman in the car park has the coolest fucking jumper jacket thing. It's like a rainbow. Oh, I love people watching. Anyway, when I watch videos back, and obviously I do these for many, many reasons. Sunday, as I said in my very upset video, most of the time these videos are for me. No, the videos are for me. If they help any of you though, it's a win-win, is my theory, right? None of these, I don't pay, I don't ask for payments, I don't ask for subscriptions, really. I'm not on YouTube to get paid or any of that stuff, because I use YouTube in this regard as a means to an end, simply because, as any of you know who've been here with me a lot, this is going to be a shit video to watch back, I reckon, because my eyes are all over the place because I'm just surrounded by people. Anyway, what am I trying to say? I keep these videos to hold me accountable to the fact that I'm a real life person with real life feelings, who does exist, who does matter, who, even though spends most of my time in complete solitude with my dog, am still on this earth for a reason. Because I think real pure solitude, and I am still lucky in the sense that I've got that 0.2% of, I see people. Like, if it wasn't for Andrew, I'd probably be stark raving mad in a fucking padded cell by this point. Which is, again, another reason why I know he's fine, and I'm fine too, but I don't like being that person. I'm not that person usually who would fuck up this bad, but yesterday went really well, but it was also really strange. And strange in a way that it's going to take me a lot longer to explain in a more detailed video, or perhaps even a written blog, because yeah, I'm not doing it now while I'm holding my phone sitting in the car park at the pool, that's for sure. Anyway, I've started multiple things I need to finish. So, my dreams. I have dreams, and as my therapist said, I am spiritual, she's not. She doesn't discount the fact that I put spirituality to some of it. Look, I said that wasn't what it was in the dream, and the reason I don't share them, like I said, is it makes me look like I'm mad. Yeah, I'm a woman who's in love with a man that married someone else and has, as far as I know, 2 children. In the dream, she was pregnant again with twins, one of each. Now, I've always believed or known or had this feeling that if I were to ever have children, it would be twins, one of each. Given, you'd think I would understand this shit better being a woman, having nearly finished a psych degree and all this other stuff, but the whole ovulation process and, whatever, how it works. Like I said, it hit me on the drive here today. It comes so bad out of nowhere. Like it doubles me over. It's so painful. Not fun when you're driving at all. Anyway, because I produce 5 times the amount of whatever, so I thought it was eggs. See, now I'm probably going to make myself look dumb. I said that to someone and they're like, follicles, and I'm like, I don't really fucking know. All I know is that I'm highly, highly, highly fertile, and that there are twins all throughout my family, and that if I was to have children, there's a highly, highly big chance that it would be twins, which I knew. So the dream in which she's having twins, one of each, when they've already got children, just, I don't know, it makes me sound like I'm jealous, and I'm definitely not, because I don't ever want to experience childbirth. I'm perfectly fine never going through that. Yep, I'm curious. I'm a very curious person in general. Like with my new lady, with the yesterday, like it's interesting with the generational differences, you know, and she's going to be a very big help to me in multiple ways. And I sort of explained it to Andrew when we were sitting outside. And again, lots and lots of stuff that needs to be discussed about yesterday. But yeah, when I have these dreams, and I've been I actually realized yesterday I'm not 100% up to date with my videos. There's a 45-minute video titled something like I Went Down the Rabbit Hole. I'm pretty sure I haven't seen that one, because I remember having had like these conversations or saying stuff, but I don't fucking remember who to, because my life's an open book, which means I tell everyone everything. The only times I don't share stuff is when it's not mine to share. Like yesterday in the therapy session when I paused the video to discuss my new client. FYI, I will never do that again. If I want to speak to my therapist about something that I cannot disclose on my website, I will do it at the start or at the end, because I watched the therapy session last night back and I was like, well, that just sucks balls, yeah, because I didn't like it, so I don't expect any of you to either. But yeah, there are very, very certain things that make me feel stupid or embarrassed or ashamed, and I don't think love should be one of them. But because of the society we live in, I understand that that is a very easily able way to look at me and be like, this woman is a fucking whatever, fill in the blank, I guess, yeah. But I don't know why I don't share the fucking dreams, because I need to know what's happening for me in my life. Like, I watch this back. I imagine, say, 10 years, right, from now, I've no idea where I'll be. I haven't shared what degrees I want to do simply because I don't want to share until I've applied and been accepted. It's not about the fact that I don't want to tell any of you. It's just that there's a process, and right now I need to be fully focused on finishing this degree, and that's where my focus is. During the part of my undisclosed video for my therapy yesterday, it was so funny, she immediately knew what physiotherapist I was talking about. Like, she picked it, she guessed as soon as I put the camera on pause. What else was I going to say then? But I told her the degrees I plan to do. Now, the degree I want to do after this one doesn't involve an honours. I can apply to go straight into a master's for what I've decided to study. And if you've been following me along for long enough, I reckon you'll be able to guess it. Top 3 guesses, it's probably going to be pretty simple. However, like I said, one at a time. This one needs to be finished. I was laughing at the thought that I was watching the videos back last night, saying to myself, or saying to the camera, All I really care about is a break, having a break, that I'll probably take 6 months to a year off. And then I think I said something like it'll be more like closer to a year, which is absolute bullshit. I cried on Sunday for watching Netflix. There's no way I'm going to take an entire year off when these degrees are actually things I really want to do. Like, I love learning. It's assignments and exams that I'm not a fan of. But now this woman, combined with Andrew, I reckon is going to help me get where I need to be. I have every intention of giving whatever it is that Andrew thinks is fair to him to hold me accountable. Like I've said, I've actually worked out all my timetables and the bullshit, obviously because I only did one yesterday. Like, there was not many options left. I am technically back on campus. It's not happening. Not for this one. Thankfully, classes are all online, same as over the summer ones. But the seminars are either on campus or online. I stopped watching seminars live online about into week 3 for my trimester just finished, right? Because even doing it online live was so fucking confusing. By the time I got the second screen, though, I was already behind, so I never tried to catch up. So at least this trimester, I'm going to do the classes and the seminars live. Because I have the second screen, it's going to be easier. Anyway, right. I'm just sitting in the car park talking to myself for 17 minutes, breaking my hand, but okay. I have taken pain meds, and as I said, I couldn't find the ones I needed. I had a Tarjan in there. It is a stronger one than I wanted to take, but considering the pain levels I'm in already, I'm okay with that. And like my doctor is fine. Obviously, I'm not ever going to stop being prescribed it. It's just that I don't want to take it every day, and I'm not. Though apparently this whole me not smoking all that much weed thing is really fascinating, because this woman was telling me about all the people, including herself until she stopped, how much they'd smoke a day, and I was just like, I really do have a low tolerance. That, or I just only like to get to a certain level of stone, maybe. I don't know. But I'm happy. So that's enough. Anyway, let me see if I can wrap some stories up. From here on out, if I have dreams that fuck with me to the point they do, and I don't know why they do, because I genuinely just want Mr. X and his wife and his children and whatever future children or whatever it might be to be happy. To me, that is what counts. Yeah, I have said it for a long time throughout these videos, and I say it because I mean it. I don't ever say shit I don't mean, and when I do, it's because there are so many versions of me, and all of these versions are very conflicted and confused within me, which makes life very fucking confusing. And sometimes I'll say something that I don't know that I'm thinking, and then I'll have to actually be like, do I actually think that? But it's all learning lessons, yeah? But every single thing that we went through together, him and I, caused this, and this is a good thing. I'm in the best place I've ever been in my whole fucking life. I genuinely am happy. I'm happy. I feel good. I have very particular triggers, and it unfortunately turns out that due to the length of isolation I've been in, and my psychiatrist says I've got complex, such severe complex PTSD, it's overriding everything, which is why I'm being triggered to the level I am. And then my therapist, my psychologist, is like, just COVID alone has caused PTSD for me, because I never had a bubble buddy. I maybe had one, like, everyone I knew had somebody else, so it was me alone by myself and my dog. You know, boss cost me another $330 yesterday because whatever's wrong with his fucking foot, nobody knows what's happening. Like, they had to chop off half of his nail, there was blood, it's really swollen. They had to do x-rays. 2 bloody weeks of antibiotics for my dog cost $96. And even though I'd only just paid the $80 freaking I'd only just paid the $80 consultation fee less than a week ago, because it was last week, I thought it would be included because it was missed, and it was what it looked like to me, a part of what I was there for the first time. Anyway, no such luck. They charged me a revisiting fee, which I thought was more like $40, but is now $65. But, you know, it's my dog. I love him. I paid it, obviously. Didn't make it all the way home before I started crying. Like, I had already told the woman. The reason I haven't mentioned names and anything yet is because that's part of the story that I will tell later. That I'd go past Macca's because I really wanted a coffee, and I would get her a coffee, and if she wanted something, you know, to eat or whatever, and I really, really, really needed to get bread. And then after seeing the vet, I was like, I really need a drink. And I got a bottle of vodka in my freezer. So I was like, fuck it, I'm going to go to IGA and just grab some 75-cent soft drink, which from IGA, by the way, tastes delicious. 75 cents. Don't buy it at Coles and Woolworths. Tastes like us. Just a little FYI for people here in Australia. And I had to get a dog roll because these pills are fucking humongous, and you got to break them into 4 just to even try to get boss to eat them and hide them in the food. And like, he needs one morning and night, and unfortunately I was in such a fucking rush today. I was like, baby, I promise as soon as I get back I will give it to you, but for now you just need Vicky's, right? He and oh, that's how I woke up. Boss, it's been warm, you know, so boss has been on top of the bed, or I pull like the main blankets down, and I finally got clean fucking linen, and I really didn't want him in the bed until I gave him a bath, but it might not be, I don't know when that'll be at this rate, because once I get home I'm not going out again. But yeah, that's how I was actually woken, him trying to get under the covers, and that's when I was like, I'll check the clock. And so there's random things in my calendar that just I've put in and not named, and then it's like popping up as my event. Oh, that's right, because I was going to go to Centrelink after being at the pools to suss out this whole ABN thing. That's not going to happen, not today anyway. Depending on how tomorrow goes, because so far I have a meeting online with uni, which I have to do paperwork for today, and then the lady from yesterday has said if she doesn't get any jobs booked in between then and tomorrow, she's invited me for lunch, and she used this expression that I didn't really register or understand, but I didn't ask, which is so unlike me. But she said something like, I've got more dash than cash. And I didn't know what dash meant, but I also didn't ask because I was sort of in like severe overwhelm with what was going on with boss, because even in my therapy session, my therapist was like, you are coming across as anxious, and I didn't feel anxious at the time, but now that I'm in a situation where it's like we don't know what the hell is happening with boss, And I was like, I honestly thought I'd bring him in and you'd just give him the biopsy and then see what happens. And she's like, I actually can't do that. She's like, it would cause such severe pain. Like, it's not what we need to do. Like, his nail was literally dug under the foot and they had to chop the nail to the point where there was blood coming out. But they don't, my vet just kept saying, the chicken or the egg? Is it the chicken or the egg? We don't know what's causing what, and the only sort of thing we can do is x-ray. Unfortunately, it was inconclusive, but it doesn't look like it's the bone, she said. But basically I have to see if it gets any better or any worse in between just antibiotics, because if it's not at all changed within the week, I'll have to go back in. And again, she's like, we're going to do everything we can to avoid this, but it could come down to him having to lose the toe, lose that part of his paw. And like I said to her, I was like, you know what boss means to me. I said, but like these surgeries are thousands of dollars and I don't have that to just keep spending, you know. And I hate that, but it's a reality. And it's not that I like, and again, it seems like a lie because I have got savings, but I need them. Like, for example, I'm pretty flipping sure that I should probably go and get someone to install a new battery into my car. Actually, Andrew told me where I could probably get that done, and maybe I should do some of these things while I'm out, because honestly, my first shift is on Saturday, and not only am I meant to drive to the shift, which is over like an hour depending on traffic, I then have the community picnic, and then obviously I've got to come home. And I'm so paranoid every time I'm at an intersection or I'm in stop-start traffic that it's just going to die. Because, like, in all fairness, when the back window got fixed, actually, maybe I'll just go past my mechanic. My mechanic was like, your car died in less than 30 minutes just doing that, so the battery definitely needs to be replaced. Have I done anything about that? Of course not. But I have noticed that the sticker for the freaking thing is falling off, and I'm pretty sure based on, oh no, I'm still under, it's alright. Anyway, I need to stop talking. I've got a fucking dry mouth, it's unbelievable. Maybe today, once I get home, can be a day about learning how to use my camera properly, because I really, really want to use it, considering how much it cost me. Anyways, did not listen to my intuition, which told me to tell Andrew 10:30. My bad. That happens a lot. Yesterday, didn't ask what more cash than dash meant, no more. But apparently it turns out that she's got a love of designer brands, and I have no inclination either way. I said to her, my favourite kind of shopping is hard rubbish, and when people go through their wardrobes and then they put everything aside that they don't want anymore and they plan to like put in the donation, I said, when I've got friends who do that and then let me have the bag that's going to the donations and then see if there's anything I want before it goes, I was like, those are my kind of favourite types of shopping. I hate shopping. I'm not one of those women, I'm not one of those people, I should say, that wants to go and shop. I only ever went into clothes shopping when I went with my sister. I fucking miss my sister. I should probably just message her. Like, she did pass along happy birthday wishes when she was in New Zealand when my brother messaged me, so that was cool. I would love, love, love to tell my brother about this website, but I don't even know my brother very well. But considering he bought a house around the corner from Mum and he has dinner with Mum twice a week on schedule, Wednesdays and Sundays, I just don't think he would feel comfortable knowing about it and not being able to tell Mum. And it's not that I don't want my mum to know. Like, unlike a lot of people I know or have met, I'm very aware of what consequences can happen on the things I don't share. So this is obviously a very public website. It's YouTube. I pay a premium amount for my own domain, for my own website, which I need to learn how to fucking still use better. Maybe these are all the things I should be doing when I think I'm not doing anything. Like, I can do all of this from my bedroom with Netflix on and smoking weed and still achieve shit. But if you watched my therapy session yesterday, you'll have seen we're all allowed to have days, and it's just my mind that fucking hates me. And the broken pieces that, unfortunately, one of them came out quite badly yesterday. And again, I will explain all of this in detail because it's actually something very important. But if I swing back around to one of the first things I was talking about half an hour ago, fucking hell. What am I thinking? 5 years from now, 10 years from now, these will always be. Like, I'm never going to have children. As I've said, if someone came into my life and swept me off my feet and did all the wonderful things that I've never actually experienced before, and like meeting someone and potentially dating and all of that stuff, like I've never been through any of that. I'm 37. Definitely not how I met Mr. X. That was meant to be a one-night stand, smoking lights and having sex. Obviously it wasn't. And again, like I've said, I've had more than enough sex with more than enough people to last me a lifetime, truthfully. Especially since Mr. X, like, my number has jumped quite a bit. I say that and I have absolutely no fucking idea. I wouldn't even bother trying to write down all the people I've had sex with because I don't fucking remember. I don't know. I have no recollection of almost most of their names. Meh. Shit is shit, mate. I have a story. We've all got a past. Yeah, mine will be all told before I die, because I'll be telling stories until I die, let's face it. But yeah, the videos mostly are for me to be able to keep myself and look back at myself and see how fucking much I've grown. And the times where I say things like I had these dreams that fuck with me, but then I don't go into detail, it's because I'm like embarrassed, ashamed, worried, I don't know, all these negative feelings that don't make any sense about what all of you are going to think. And quite frankly, all of you out there who I truly do appreciate and love, and just hope that you all understand why I'm saying this. But what all of you think about me is entirely irrelevant, right? Because I know that I am broken. I know that. I know that there are many shattered pieces of me. And I am doing everything I can to help me figure that out. Figure out how not to have shit like what happened yesterday happen. And let's just say, I do really love how the universe works, because everything is aligning amazingly well. And in all honesty, the only thing that fucks with me is my mind. Personally think that's what most of us are dealing with. It just depends on the level of the fuckness. But anyway, moving forward, because I'm sick of reading stuff from the beginning of when I started my stories, or watching things where I've clearly been distressed about something particular, but I've been too shy to actually talk about the details. And I think to myself at the time, I'll remember that. Of course I don't remember. I don't remember what I fucking said in the video that is titled Went Down the Rabbit Hole. I don't even remember if I've seen it or not. And I won't know until I go home and put it on. Which is what I'm going to do after I figure out this whole maybe getting a new battery for my car and going and talking to these people about physio, or what I've paid for, what isn't, as far as I'm concerned, worth what I got. Anyway, but yeah, I'm going to be sharing the details. The only details that I cannot share are the people's details that aren't mine. I have been saying it since the beginning. This is day 421 days in a row of making videos. Yesterday I was talking to the receptionist at the therapy place, and I checked my channel, and I was like, at the time I had 756 videos, so 757 by the time I put the therapy one up. So I'm pretty sure this video will be 758. Pretty sure. I don't totally know. It's at 35 minutes. I'm not even going to bother trying to upload it until I get home, because it's hours on mobile data and minutes at home. And yeah, but like reading back at my blogs from the very beginning, before I started making these videos, and watching videos where I've been in distress and it's being caused by something like a dream, like a memory, whatever it is, especially when it's to do with him, I don't share the details, which again, even as I say it now, it makes literally no sense, because as far as I can tell, and it would take a number of days, I think, truthfully, to go back to the very beginning of my first set of videos and then watch them all in a row. Actually, that would be really interesting and very helpful for me, because I really need to take notes on all of the videos so I can at least keep track of what the fuck they are. And especially since, let's face it, the longer the video, the more pain and exhaustion I'm in, the less descriptive the description is. If the titles don't, like, I've got lots of videos that I think are very, I'm biased I guess, but very, they will help a lot of people, but they're not being viewed correctly because I don't put enough effort into the time and the descriptions and all the rest of it. So simply don't have the energy kind of thing, but I very much want to get it sorted. Like I need a proper book that I can put the, you know, the titles or whatever it might be, or type it out. I don't know. There's so many things to do, right? But not being able to remember the details fucking annoys me. And it's like the dream was so apparent and they're always the same. Well, actually, that's not true. They're not always the same. She has been pregnant in a number of them. I know he only ever wanted 2 kids, but he also lied about literally everything and led like multiple lives. So really, it wouldn't surprise me if they had many more kids. But even I'm aware I haven't finished half my shit. But like I said, very open to someone coming into my life and wooing me and all that stuff. But I don't believe in marriage. I never will have children. I'm never ever going to compromise who I am as a person for anybody, because relationships are hard work, and everybody needs to compromise on things is absolute bullshit as far as I'm concerned. Compromising to me is who takes out the rubbish bin, who picks up the dog poo this week or this day. I really need to do mine. Not compromising on who you are as a person. Though most of us don't know who we are as a person. I've been trying to figure this shit out for 7 years. I'm getting better, but it's a long road. I've got a long way to go, yeah? Thankfully, the universe is bringing me people like yesterday who genuinely get it and want to help people like me, or are like people. She's like me. We're like very, very similar. And like I said, it'll all make more sense once I actually make that video or whatever it is. but I'm sitting in my car for 40 minutes talking to my camera. Oh my God, Andrew, I just can't help but have you in my head. I'm just giggling at the thought that I literally could have gone in and had a swim in the warm water, and I'm just still sitting in exactly the same place as I was when he drove past in late. At least I'm in a good mood, right? So yeah, moving forward, as long as they're my details, I'll be sharing. I had hoped in this sense that I would never have to like pause things and do what I did yesterday, and that I'd be able to just fully talk about everything in reality, because like I obviously want to talk about why I'm so excited to start working with this new person. Obviously I want to, and it's a given. Clients don't get given these details, and it's not like you can find them by researching my name. Yeah, like it took me forever to even figure out how to find my own site by Google, but that's not true because I didn't figure out how to do that. Andrew did. I said to Andrew, I don't even know how to tell people how to find it unless I send the link, right? Because even, again, www versus, what is it, http ... I don't know if they're the same stuff or not, but anyway, it wasn't me who was able to figure it out. It was Andrew. So cool. It's not like people will know. I do end up telling people, let's face it, but I have made an agreement with my friend that's the one thing I obviously won't be sharing. Though I get the feeling if everything goes really well, I may end up working with this person for a very long time, just simply because they're awesome. And yeah, but again, like I said, I had originally planned in my mind, I guess, that because no one else is going to ever be in my videos unless I figure out how to blur faces, which again would then kind of defeat the purpose of this particular website, which is uploading as I make them before I view them. I mean, I can view them first, not edit them except for, like, say, other people's faces, but that again isn't going to work for me. These videos are uploaded without me watching them for a reason. And none of these reasons that I have need to make sense to any of you. They don't need to make sense. Just like if you'll think I'm stark raving mad because I had a dream that Mr. X's wife is pregnant with twins, which is at one point during our relationship what I thought he and I would have happen. And again, that was only because he very much wanted children. I mean, I've always said, since as long as I can remember, if I was to have children, I'd only have children if I had my own house and money to pay for a live-in nanny, or a live-in nanny / cook / whatever, take care of everything, because I don't have enough energy to take care of myself. Yeah. But I'm going to share because I want to know. I want to be able to look back 5 years from now, wherever I am, and be like, wow, yeah, I remember that. Glad that doesn't happen anymore, or whatever it might be. You know, like, I don't dream every night. Last night I don't remember having any dreams, but I also don't remember waking up, don't remember my alarm going off. I don't remember anything up until boss trying to get under the covers at like 10:30 this morning. I guess what I was trying to say was, because no one else is in my videos, because nobody's names are real, because I use fake names, character names, like, it's not to be rude and dismissive. I very much have titled my stuff Life's a Story, because to me that's it. Life's a story. Every single thing we're doing at all time can be retold as a story, right? I'm the main character of my story because I'm me and this is my life, and you're the main character of your story, and so on and so forth. So when I say everybody else gets character names, it's literally, to me, the exact same as watching a movie or a series or whatever it might be, and every single person is a character, right? Like, for example, Frankenfurter from the Rocky Horror Picture Show is my favourite character in the entire world. I'm going bonkers trying to find the picture I want. And as I said to my client, I was like, and this is okay to share, they like Rocky Horror same as me. And I showed them the two pictures. I've got one picture of him walking down the red carpet, which is the whole thing. I don't want that one. I want the one where he's standing where his seat is, with his, I've seen the movie a billion times, I can see it in my head. But I'll attach the picture. I will actually do that. The amount of times I say I'll attach a picture or I'll attach this and then I don't. Too many. Another reason I need to go through them all. But what am I trying to say? The only way I think I can get that is by actually screenshotting it on the video, on the movie. I don't know. But I guess I'm just trying to really show you that it's not about being rude. It's not about like dehumanizing or anything like that. It's about keeping everybody's identity safe and private because of the type of person I am. Because I share and share and share and share. I've been sitting in this car park I've been talking to all of you for 46 minutes and 20 seconds. Did not know that was going to happen. I never know how long I'm going to talk for though when I pick up my camera, in all fairness. But yeah, I'm just like, I'm feeling good, and it's these triggers that I have that I need to work on. Yesterday I didn't even book another therapy session because if you've seen it, my therapist was like, you're doing really well and you're making my job easy. So that's something. When I told her about the degrees I want to do, she was just like, not only blown away, but she was like, I think, like I said, it's not going to be a difficult one to guess. But apparently there is this huge need for it. Like, there is not enough people doing what I want to do. And like, she was like, yeah, there's so much work already needing that people like what you want to study. So to swing back around to another one of the things I said earlier, which is, yeah, taking a year off isn't going to happen. I'm almost sure that by the time I've had the massive break after finishing, so I finished in the end of October, the result, my last set of results will come out in November, like first week of November, and then I'm done, right? That's it, I'm done. Now the master's degree I want to do doesn't involve honours. Fantastic. I, on the other hand, don't plan to make it that easy on myself, and I still have every intention of applying for and doing philosophy honours because I can tie it all in with what I want to do for a master's. And speaking of that, actually, there's a particular lecturer who I had in my second year at uni who was just one of the most fascinating people I've ever spoken to. And I have no idea if he's still lecturing, if he's at my uni. I don't know if he has to be for how it works, because obviously with honours you got to have a thesis statement and like a thesis project and a supervisor and all this stuff, which is different to obviously undergrad. But he is the one I want to work with. He's the one I've been drawn to, and ironically enough, he's the only lecturer I've ever had at university who didn't have a uni email. He had a personal email that we used, or maybe he did after a while, but I have his personal email, and it's been sitting in my living room / office for so long now, that I just need to email him and ask, because I'm distracted by the person walking behind me or in front of me. What am I trying to say? I'm very confused. Right, so by the time I'm finished, by the end of October, there's obviously beginning of so there's like the first trimester or midway into philosophy, right? So I had a plan to either apply for the mid-year intake, so July, or the following year beginning for March. Even just watching my videos back last night, I was laughing at myself going, that's not going to happen. Like, if I don't apply for the beginning of next year, which, let's face it, may be what I do, because I love learning and I don't like just doing nothing. I like doing stuff. I want to be like my own boss. I don't want to have to be fucking worried about how to pay for stuff. You know, like I need a chiropractor appointment every single week. You know, there's new people telling me I don't even need them. It's not worthy. No, paying you what I'm paying you is actually not worthy. So I fucked that up and I need to fix it. But, yeah. And to do all the things I want to do, I know perfectly well that I am going to be fantastic at what I accomplish. I just have to get through it without losing my mind completely, which will be interesting. But I truly think I'm getting better, you know, like, I mean, yeah, yesterday was an interesting one. But I really need to stop talking, I guess. I feel like I'm having one of those days I could just talk and talk and talk. And I could potentially make another almost hour video later. Like I've said, I really need to explain what happened yesterday. But that'll be a story in and of itself. But yeah, so I am going to clarify and say there's no way I'll be taking a year off. The only way that would happen is if I actually don't get accepted into honours, which I've never actually contemplated because I've never seen that as actually being something that might happen randomly enough. I've only actually just sort of, as I'm talking, hit me then, like thought, I just go along assuming like I know I'm in. But I mean, considering how many times I've been invited to apply, considering how high my philosophy grade is, like my wham is awesome for philosophy, and like I haven't got an exact thesis of it, like idea happening, but it's slowly forming, which is awesome. But I'm excited. Like all this undergrad stuff I've got left is just the core stuff I have to do to get through it. Like all my like fun got to choose stuff sort of things is over. I've got one lot of stats left and then psychopathology. Thankfully my tutor tutors both. Again, with my tutor, I really want to just book in like say 6 weeks in a row of ADHD coaching because I'm at that point. I need to do it. And yeah, I mean, it's all come together, you know, like, and my friend from uni yesterday, I was so anxious. Like I managed to get to the supermarket and get bread and soft drink and a dog roll. I went through the Macca's to get what I said I was going to, and didn't make it home before I started crying. I like walked and I was bawling by the time I got home. This beautiful woman just dropped everything and just hugged me and just last night I watched myself say in one of my videos, all I need is someone to tell me it's going to be okay. I need someone to help me. And having someone at my home when I got there to hug me and tell me it was going to be okay, it was the universe just sent me who I needed, you know? And not only in one way, in many ways. I'm so tired after this hour conversation with all of you that I don't want to even go and talk about anything with anyone. So I might put that all on the tomorrow's list of shit to do and I'll just phone the people. Actually, I will Google about the whole battery thing just in case I can just easily get it done on the way, because I really am a little paranoid about that one. But yeah, otherwise, my house looks amazing, so I'm so happy. And yeah, I've got a few of my own videos, like I said, that I don't think I've seen that I want to watch. I really want to finish trimming the fucking weed hanging in my goddamn cupboard. But I was on the phone to my friend from uni, who's just obviously, like, I was saying to this woman yesterday, I was like, I literally was feeling sorry for myself, thinking I was this fucking, loser with no friends and that people pitied and all this crap, and just listening to the worst self-negative talk inside my mind. And that was when I messaged her going, even like, I'd messaged her on Christmas and New Year's, and I literally sent her a message along the lines of something like, hey, this is really dumb, but I am feeling sorry for myself. And I'm pretty sure I know the answer, but are we still friends? Like, can you clarify if we're still friends? And that's at the level I got to with uni and what happened and how my friend and I have sort of come back to each other. And yeah, like, she's got me this amazing woman who's not only the fantastic cleaner, but a person who I genuinely need. And she's got me a client. She's rung me yesterday, actually, while I was having the meltdown about boss, and she had, I couldn't figure out why I kept crying, and she was like, it's the unknown, Liv, it's not knowing. And I was like, yeah, okay, that's me to the T. I hate not knowing, which is weird, because as a philosopher, there's usually just more questions that need to be asked. So yeah, but everything in my life is good. I'm still going to have to figure out alarm clocks, because I actually am bummed I missed the pool with Andrew. I very much could have got, like, I'm at 57 minutes now, which is just cracking me up, truthfully. This is an achievement in itself, I feel. And again, like, who cares about my bloody lawns? Like, they're not even that bad. Dog poo is, sure, but whatever. But yeah, I know this is going to be one of those messy videos. I already know that, but my videos are for me. What everybody else thinks of me is irrelevant, because I'm trying to figure out how to be the best version of me that I can, doing everything I can to do that. And loving someone is a good thing, not a bad thing. I'm not trying to steal someone from someone else's family. That's obviously not the case. I don't even know this person anymore in 3D. As Grant likes to say to his wife, lives in love with a ghost. You've got nothing to worry about. Yeah? Which is a really easy way to put it. God, I hope she starts fucking wanting to, like, talk to me soon, because he's about to have a baby. I want to meet the baby. I want to be involved with the baby showers and stuff. And just because I don't want babies doesn't mean I don't, well, babies, but actual babies, they're not really my thing. But it's not about that, right? It's about being a friend. And she and I are the same age. I quite like her. She's very quiet, but that's all right. Anyway, I think the only other thing I started was to say my friend had called me yesterday to ask me to do a one-off shift after my other shift on the 25th of March. And I was like, oh crap. I was like, to be honest with you, I was already going to talk to my client, because I don't think I'm going to even be able to work that shift at all. And if she still wants me to, I'm going to have to push it to the afternoon anyway, because I've paid an arm and a leg for a ticket to go to the Knotfest festival to see Slipknot, right? And I'm going to that damn festival. I am excited as fuck. And I'm sure as shit not going to not have a time of my life to wake up and go to work the next day. Like, it's not happening, yeah? So that's cool. Either I'll postpone my shift or make it later. I'd hopefully just postpone it because I just want to stay in bed the following day. But the fact that my friend has now hired me for one, and I have my own ABN number, means she can now call me and just ask me to do like fill-in shifts and whatnot. So that's awesome. But yeah, my hand is fucking painful now, and I'm sure you can appreciate I didn't really bring much with me except, you know, the things I needed for, like, obviously my driver's license and my card and my pension card and all that stuff's on me. My gloves are not, is the point to that. And I've just hit over an hour. So hello Andrew, I'm still in exactly the same place as I was when you left and waved. Anyway, I'm white as a ghost. I've really become very apparently aware of just how white I look. So I want to start tanning. There's something on my leg that's been freaking me out. But I've realised it's a scar or something, and I'm covered with those, so that doesn't surprise me. And yeah, that's me for now. I am feeling really good, considering I woke up and was like, oh fuck, what happened? Thankfully, it was Andrew's A Beautiful Soul, and because when it woke up, it was flashing at me about my uni meeting, and I was like, oh my god, the uni meeting was meant to finish by 10:30. Like, actually, now that I think that, maybe if you pop past in the morning, Andrew, and help me wake up, that'd be helpful. Or call me. But anyway, yeah, so I have a morning appointment tomorrow with uni. I've got lots of stuff to do at home, but my house is so beautiful now. So I'm thinking I'm going to go home. Oh, I think the rain's coming. I love the rain. Love it. I'm going to go home, put on the videos that I don't think I've yet seen from myself, and trot some weed. Thankfully, while I was talking to my friend on the phone and discussing it, I was like freaking out about if I'd fucked up because of how long it's been there, and like googled it and shit. But because it's like in a very closed in, never opened, dark cupboard, it's perfectly fine. So I brought it out to smell it. It smells delightful. And given that I know I've got enough time now, I'm probably gonna grow another plant. So that's awesome. Actually, the lady yesterday said she's got some seeds, so she's like, if you've got the setup, I can supply the seeds. And I was like, yeah, that would be awesome. I can always ask the guy I normally ask, which I might do anyway. And yeah, I have the ingredients to make a delicious pasta. I say delicious, I've never made it before. Hopefully I followed the instructions well enough. And I've got bread. As long as I have bread, I'm pretty good. And yeah, I still think making it to the pool car park at least counts. So I'm classing that as a win. This is a win. This is we've hit over an hour. We're at an hour and almost 4 minutes. Again, if you made it to the end, you're amazing. Your support is so treasured by me. I'm so appreciative. And yeah, you're all awesome. If you've made it this far and it makes fuck all sense, I am sorry. Just imagine what it's like inside my mind. But yeah, I will watch this back once I've watched the others back. Till later. Bye.